2021 saw more bank branches closed than any other year in the last 7 years. That's right, your financial institution, they're shutting down the physical locations. It's 2022 now. We live in the digital age. What the hell are people doing with all these bank branches? Well, as you can see, since 2014, there's been about 1,000 to about 2,000 bank branches that have been shut down every single year. But last year, the year after the pandemic started, we hit almost 3,000 total bank branches being closed. Most of these bank branches are being seen as a way to consolidate costs. The banks, they're not as profitable when they run all of these different bank branches. Each bank can save about $250,000 when they shut down one of these branches, but they still got to be able to serve their customers. And so it's a constant balance. Should we shut down the bank branch or should we actually save money? What you can see is that if you actually break down by bank who's shutting down the bank branches, you find that Wells Fargo, they're one of the big culprits. They shut down 267 bank branches themselves. Huntington Bank Shares closed about 221, which is the most on a percentage basis because they only had about 1,000 bank branches to begin with. And then, of course, if we go ahead and we look at a map of the United States, you can see that the net bank branch openings and closings across the United States. Of course, if you want to get positive, there's only 2 or 3 states in the entire country that actually had a net positive gain to the number of bank branches. But places like California, Florida, and New York losing tons and tons of bank branches. It's not necessarily something that you should be surprised by, given how digital the world is that we live today. We've got this quote here that states it very clearly. Jeffrey Dewell, the CEO and president of Heritage Financial Corporation, he says the technology has made the customers a lot stickier than they used to be. And I think that's playing to our advantage. As we've watched how customers managed through the pandemic, it gave us a bit more confidence to take the actions that we are. Sure, maybe that's true. I'd argue, though, it's because most young people, they're not going and putting all of their money in the legacy banking financial system. Instead, what are they doing? They're adopting new digital technologies. They've got apps like PayPal, Venmo, Cash App, Strike, and many, many others. They also are adopting things like Bitcoin, and they're saying that legacy system, that legacy monetary policy that's led by humans, it's screwing me over. It's not helpful. The payment rails are antiquated and outdated, and the monetary policy simply continues to force me to lose purchasing power on an annual basis. Instead, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use new banking rails, new payment rails. That's where you see the mobile apps come in. That's where you see all these new fintechs take hold. On top of that, they say I need new monetary policy as well. I want to protect my purchasing power. I don't want to have it lost year over year at 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7%. Instead, what I'm going to do is I'm going to opt out. I'm not going to complain about the old system anymore. I'm simply going to participate in the new one. I'm going to help build the new one. And I'm willing to bet that over the coming decades, we are going to see this younger generation, as they grow into the wealth of their parents and their grandparents, as they continue to make more money and build their careers and their financial positions in life, they're going to continue to take assets out of the old system and put it in the new system. If these banks want to compete, shutting down the bank branches is only step one. They're going to have to figure out how to integrate these new digital technologies into their workflows, into their products, and into their services, or these banks are toast.